when they were here last time, him and Chrisean was pregnant. Y'all were doing all that smoking and drinking here in the thing.
The streets have not stopped talking about that moment when Bino confirmed the whole situation about Junior falling off the bed and Chrisean simply saying he's strong and to go back to sleep.
Somebody said, did he fall off the bed?
Yeah, he fell off the bed. And that's what me and her really got into it about. The look, little bro fall off the bed. I'm like, man, pick him up. She like, oh, he's strong. Man, bitch, pick up the fucking baby, you dumbass bitch. Why the fuck you let him fall in the first place? I had to walk out the hotel, bro. It made me so mad.
It had everybody stunned because the little one was still learning how to sit up, and she hit him with that "he's strong" line like it was nothing. The internet was spinning and people were side-eyeing the whole story like, what is really going on here? But here's where things get even messier, because trust me, that's not the only thing Bino has been speaking on. Folks swear he's just lashing out after the breakup, but allegedly, he's been chatting heavy about her parenting style, dropping comments left and right like he's trying to paint a full picture. Some people think he's being petty, others think he's finally telling his truth, but either way, the drama is loud. And get this, he's not the only one with something to say. Word in the streets is that Hazel E has also been piping up about what really goes on behind the scenes with Junior. People are claiming she's been whispering her own opinions, acting like she knows some things the public hasn't heard yet. Whether she's spilling real details or just adding spice to the chaos, it's turning into a whole new layer of controversy. Here we go again, because this whole situation just keeps getting wilder every time someone opens their mouth. And trust me, I already know some people are ready to jump in and say Bino should be the last person commenting on anything connected to Chrisean or her family. Folks haven't forgotten the messy history between them, and every time his name pops up, people start dragging those old receipts out like they never left. See, the truth is, they were already in some complicated situations long before the breakup even happened. And the biggest one people keep reminding him about is that Las Vegas incident that had the whole internet buzzing. Police and CPS pulled up to the hotel after a live stream showed weed, bottles, nitrous oxide tanks, and absolute chaos scattered all around the room. It was like the whole place had turned into a scene straight out of reality TV, and both Chrisean and Bino were right there during the madness. Reports at the time claimed there was evidence of smoking inside the room, and since the reservation was under Bino's name, he ended up getting hit with a $1,000 fine on the spot. The situation was handled right there in the hotel, but the internet did not let it rest for a second. People were talking nonstop, dropping their own opinions, and asking how things even got that wild in the first place. And that's exactly why some folks feel like Bino speaking up now is a little too convenient, because once you've been tied to something that chaotic, it's hard for the public to take your concerns seriously. But he's still talking, still dropping comments, still stirring the pot, which is only making this drama even louder. There were no arrests, no extra charges, nothing major that came after the officers pulled up, and after talking things out with authorities, the couple was somehow allowed to stay in that suite. To this day, nobody really knows why they weren't escorted out or taken in, and people still side-eye that whole moment like something behind the scenes must have played out differently. But let's keep it moving because this story has layers. Eventually, Bino and Chrisean went their separate ways, and Bino claimed one of the main reasons was because Chrisean refused to remove the tattoo of Blue's face. That alone had social media in a chokehold, but the breakup didn't slow down the commentary. Ever since then, Bino has been talking a lot about how he feels things are handled around her home, especially when it comes to daily routines and responsibilities. Now, to keep it fair, the people who've actually been around and seen anything behind the scenes would naturally be the men she's been involved with since giving birth, because they were physically present and able to observe daily life. Someone like Bino, for example, would have seen things firsthand simply because he lived with her for a period of time. But even with that context, every detail still needs to be heard with caution, because emotions after a breakup to make people talk extra loud. And then there was that claim about Junior allegedly falling off the bed. The story that circulated online said that instead of immediately picking him up or checking on him, Bino supposedly told her to grab the baby, and her response was, "It'll make him stronger. Go back to sleep." That line alone sent shockwaves across social media, and people were arguing nonstop about whether the story was exaggerated, misunderstood, or completely taken out of context. Yikes is right, because that reaction had the whole internet doing a double take. When people heard the story, they were shocked that she supposedly brushed the moment off so casually, especially since young kids need extra careful attention, and even a small fall can be serious depending on how it happens. Seeing her act like it was nothing made a lot of folks start questioning her judgment and whether safety was really being taken seriously in that moment. And the thing is, everybody understands that jokes and playful energy happen, but when it comes to a child, people expect quick, alert instincts, not a relaxed response. So the second the story surfaced, social media lit up with debates, think pieces, and everybody adding their own take on how the situation should have been handled. That little detail of her shrugging it off became the center of the whole conversation. But what really kept the drama circulating was the fact that this wasn't the first time people online had raised eyebrows about how she handles certain day-to-day moments with Junior. Every new claim gets tied to an older one, and suddenly it turns into a bigger discussion about patterns and habits. With Bino saying he personally witnessed the situation, it added even more weight to the ongoing debate about her overall parenting style, whether those opinions are fair or not. In another moment that had social media buzzing, Bino was asked what he really thought about Chrisean as a mother, and he didn't hold back at all. He straight up said she's not a good person and not a good mom, explaining that he had to walk away because the whole situation was messing with his mental state. The way he talked about it made it clear he felt drained and overwhelmed, and he wanted everyone to know he stepped back for his own peace. He went even further, saying that Chrisean needs to step up and make sure their son gets proper support, routine, and structure, claiming that's where the real issue is. According to him, people are scared to speak on certain things, but he wasn't. He made it sound like he's been waiting to say this out loud for a while. The way he told it, he believes things could get a lot better with consistency, attention, and the right kind of care from her. And he added one more thing that got the internet talking. He insisted that nothing is truly wrong with their child and that the biggest change would come from her getting herself together and creating a stable environment.
She needs to go get him some proper therapy and be a mom. That's what's really wrong, bro. And nobody wanna say that, or her friends, everybody wanna hide it. No, she need to go get him some proper therapy and be a mom. That's what's wrong. Nothing really wrong with him. It could get right, but she need to get right, or somebody need, like, I feel bad for helping her. Go get the baby from her sister. I should have left him with the sister. He was better off there, dead homies.
That statement alone had timelines exploding because people were trying to figure out whether he was being honest, bitter, or dramatic for the cameras. One thing's for sure, though, it definitely added more heat to the conversation. Allegedly, the past few days have been messy because Bino has been dropping even more comments about Chrisean, calling her an unfit mother, according to the claims floating around online. These new comments had the internet spinning because he was reportedly saying all kinds of things about her habits and how he feels she handles certain responsibilities. But again, these are his words, not verified facts, and people were quick to point that out too. He also made more claims about the baby's day-to-day care and what he believes is being neglected, throwing in statements about hygiene and routines and saying the little one still isn't walking yet. But because these are sensitive topics, the second those allegations hit the internet, social media reacted instantly. People were shocked, questioning everything, and trying to figure out what was true, what was exaggerated, and what might have been said out of frustration. The whole timeline lit up in minutes. A lot of fans expressed real concern, saying that if even a small part of what Bino alleges is accurate, then it's something that deserves attention. But on the flip side, plenty of people defended her too, reminding everyone that raising a child can be extremely challenging, especially for a young parent under nonstop public pressure. They kept telling others to chill and wait until every side of the story is heard before jumping to conclusions or blaming anybody. The whole thing has turned into a giant debate with people choosing sides, asking questions, and trying to make sense of the situation. And it doesn't look like the conversation is slowing down anytime soon. Some people online were way harsher with their opinions, saying this whole situation sounds like straight neglect and that the child's well-being should always be the main focus. They were calling for Chrisean to get real support, guidance, or whatever professional help could keep everything stable. And just when the conversation was already heated, word in the street said Hazel E's new boo, Blue, slid her own voice into the mix too. Allegedly, she's been commenting behind the scenes, echoing those same concerns and questioning whether Chrisean is fully prepared for all the responsibilities that come with motherhood. These whispers spread fast, especially because Hazel has been moving close to Blue recently, so people were paying extra attention to anything connected to her. Even though none of her comments have been publicly confirmed, folks swore she's been talking to people in private about everything going on.
Now let's clear this part up because the streets have been buzzing. Yes, it definitely looks like Blue and Hazel are actually dating. They were first spotted together at the Meme House Productions nightclub in Los Angeles, and the vibes were loud from the jump. The two were teasing each other through the night, dancing real close, and acting super comfortable like they'd been hanging out for a minute. The chemistry was obvious, and the cameras caught everything. The fact that Hazel is tied into the romance and also allegedly commenting on the situation only made the drama even louder, because now people are wondering whether her opinions are genuine or coming from a messy place. Either way, the chatter keeps growing. A couple days after that nightclub moment, Blueface and Hazel E popped up again, this time at what looked like a full-blown music video shoot. At first, people tried to convince themselves it was strictly business, saying maybe they were just filming and nothing personal was going on. But the more footage that came out, the more everyone started side-eyeing the situation because the chemistry was way too natural to ignore. For anyone still confused about what their relationship really is, the latest clip basically spelled it out loud and clear. Blueface posted short videos on his Instagram story showing their whole date night, and he straight up called Hazel his fancy date. She didn't hold back either. She hit him with the welcome home, which had the internet screaming because that is not something you say unless you're really feeling somebody. And the plot twist? They were sharing kisses on camera like it was nothing, acting cute and playful, and Hazel even referred to herself as Blue's golden retriever. That little nickname had everybody talking because she was clearly letting the world know she's rocking with them heavy. Between the flirting, the cuddly energy, and the public kisses, the whole thing looked way past casual. So at this point, yeah, it's looking official, and they're not trying to hide it at all. Hazel has now allegedly inserted herself right into the middle of the drama too, with people saying she's been commenting on Chrisean's parenting behind the scenes. And honestly, at this point, nobody is shocked that folks have strong opinions because this situation has been messy for a long time. The internet has watched so many chaotic moments play out publicly that people feel like they've seen every version of this storyline already. There are old clips floating around where people claim Chrisean was smoking or drinking during her pregnancy, and those videos get reposted every time her name trends.
Y'all was drinking, even you, with the baby and stuff. Why are you lying?
Really been flued out in real life though. Ladies, one more time.
But again, these are online receipts from the past, and the internet brings them back up fast whenever something new happens. People use those old moments to justify why they feel comfortable speaking on her now, even though the full truth behind each clip has always been debated.
Get yourself together.
Where the bottle at? Oh my gosh.
Drink it.
She asked for another bottle. I'm just
So you can't have liquor?
Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me.
No,
You shut the door
you
'cause
can't
it's
have
cold.
no fucking liquor.
And of course, Blueface's mother, Carlissa, stayed right in the mix with her own comments. Recently, a follower asked her why Chrisean Rock wasn't tested for substances after delivering Chrisean Jr. in 2023. And Carlissa did not hold back with her response. Anytime she enters the conversation, things instantly get louder because she's known for saying whatever is on her mind without hesitation. People online were arguing that hospital testing should be common practice, saying stuff like, "My thing is hospitals test you for alcohol and will call CPS on you. How do you not know all of this? Why isn't the baby in proper care if she did this?" The comments were heated and everyone had something to say the moment the topic came up.
And then Carlissa jumped in with her own response, claiming that she didn't go to no regular hospital. That statement alone set the internet on fire because people weren't expecting her to come out swinging like that. She followed it up with even more commentary, suggesting that this could explain why certain things supposedly happened during the delivery. But again, these are her words, not confirmed facts. And the whole situation had people debating nonstop. She also threw in another allegation, saying this might be why the birth was done naturally, despite claims about Chrisean's health. But again, every piece of this is unverified chatter, not medical information. A regular hospital allowing or not allowing something is pure speculation coming from Carlissa's mouth. And people online had to remind each other of that. Still, the way she phrased it had the conversation spinning out of control because it made everything sound even more dramatic. Concerns from earlier in the pregnancy got dragged back into the spotlight too. The old clips, the rumors, the debates about smoking or drinking, all of it resurfaced the moment this discussion started. People were arguing about the potential impact on the baby, while others insisted nobody online is qualified to diagnose anything off social media clips. The whole topic exploded fast, and everyone was scrambling to figure out what was real and what was just messy internet talk. A lot of people online started pointing out different physical features they claimed looked unusual on Chrisean Jr., and they began comparing them to things they had seen in online articles or medical photos, even though none of them are professionals. Folks were mentioning stuff like the folds near the corners of his eyes, the size of his eyes, the shape of his nose, or his mouth resting open, and some even talked about his ears looking large or low set. But again, all of this came from random internet users trying to play doctor off screenshots, which made the whole conversation messy fast. Some people even started talking about his crying, calling it high-pitched, and a few began comparing it to symptoms they had read about regarding newborn withdrawal or medical conditions, again with zero qualifications. These comments turned into a wildfire because people were speaking on extremely sensitive topics without real knowledge, and others were quick to call them out for going too far. It became one of those moments where the internet forgets it's not a medical clinic. All the speculation sparked huge debates about pregnancy health, substance use, and how dangerous social media assumptions can be. Some folks were trying to raise awareness about the risks in a general way, while others were clearly just piling on because they don't like Chrisean. It turned into a mix of concern, gossip, and straight-up misinformation, and people were arguing non-stop about what was fair to say and what crossed the line. And then Carlissa's comments got dragged back in, with people saying that if Chrisean was going to a regular hospital consistently, doctors would be giving her real answers instead of strangers online guessing at symptoms. But the moment Carlissa claimed she didn't give birth at a regular hospital, people ran with it, acting like that explained everything, even though nothing she said was proven. The whole topic blew up into another giant storm of rumors and speculation. Anyway, things got even louder when Carlissa went full nuclear on Chrisean's sister, Tessa, accusing her of letting the situation around Junior's well-being spiral out of control. Carlissa was furious, and she dropped a long message saying, "Stop trying to threaten everybody, including myself. Go work on it mentally. I'm suffering from what I see too, so I'm reacting. I'm angry, I'm hurt. I'm a lot of things too, but I'm not reaching out to all y'all that was standing there while the baby was being made and did nothing." The way she put it has social media gasping because she said it with her whole chest. She kept going, repeating, "You did nothing. You watched her. You watched her because you were scared. She was in control of the money, basically." That part hit hard because she was basically accusing the entire family of staying silent just to keep the peace or stay close to the income. Whether people agreed with her or not, you could feel the emotion behind her words. She was clearly fed up and ready to call everybody out publicly. She even added that if she were in Tessa's position, she would have stepped in sooner and made sure Chrisean got the help and support she needed during the pregnancy. She claimed the family just watched her get wasted when she was pregnant, turning it into a blame game that spread fast online. Even though none of this has been verified, the accusations alone were enough to spark a whole new round of drama, with people jumping in on both sides of the argument.
Now, with everything that's been said over the past few weeks, the non-stop commentary coming from Bino and allegedly Hazel E has created a storm around Chrisean Rock's parenting. These claims of neglect, unsafe choices, and struggles with everyday responsibilities have definitely painted a messy picture online, even though none of it has been fully confirmed. The internet is loud, opinions are flying, and every new allegation just adds another layer to the chaos. People are now openly questioning whether she's really prepared for everything that comes with being a mother, or if these folks speaking out are just adding more drama to an already complicated situation. Some say they're helping by telling the truth, others say they're being messy and trying to stir the pot. And honestly, the line between concern and clout chasing is getting blurry out here. One thing's for sure, this conversation is not slowing down anytime soon. But I want to know what you think about all these people giving their opinions. Are they being real or just doing the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments section, hit that like button, share this video, subscribe for more messy updates, and I'll see you in the next one.